Paul, getting new refs. Well, let me start on that. Can we get new refs? 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 I hope not. I know they're terrible. I like the idea that these union guys are still sitting out there on their butts. By the way, the whole Mike Tirico, I know what's going on. Every call that's misplaced now, he's going to blame it on the fact that the replacement refs. Like what? Ed Hochuley's crew never blew any refs. Yeah, he's the guy who had 2 games last year where the wrong result occurred because of his bad calls. Some of these, it's not like the regular refs are the greatest referees of all time. They're reversing themselves all the time. Yes, these replacement refs are no good, but it's not like the ones who are out there demanding all this pay for working 1 day a week are the greatest referees of all time. Screw those union refs. I know these guys aren't any good. What do I care? I think, the players are taking advantage of it. They don't know when to throw the flag on pass interference, and they don't know what holding is. Like the regular refs know what holding is.
Exactly.
Get out there. Get out there with the picket line at them and carry the sign. And the whole idea that Ed Hochuley is striking is nauseating to me. And I know they're locked out, but it's the same thing. They won't agree to a reasonable contract, and they're out there trying to bankrupt. How do the referees even justify this? And I understand what Goodell is trying to do. He's willing to sacrifice some games because he's trying essentially to deeply weaken the union, which every employer is trying to do. I get all of that. But these are part-timers who work 1 day a week, for crying out loud, and they're out there union. I mean, come on. And they want these rules written so that the league can't give preference to the good referees in the playoff games and all of this other stuff.
Which is ridiculous. Why would you not want the best crews working?
Well, that's the thing, because unions are always out there trying to stick up for the mediocre and not the best. Yeah. So, I think that the league's position on this is correct. So I don't want them to cave, even if it screws up some games, in the interim. So Paul in there, Mr. Lefty. That is the perspective I'm looking at it from. But that's how all of this stuff happens. This is why unions think that they can go on strike, destroy the quality of a company, and companies have to decide whether or not they can wait it out. Well, they're not going to bankrupt the NFL, but the NFL, I know, it was hyperbole. That was hyperbole. The NFL wants to have control of its employees and its working conditions, and control of how, when they can get rid of referees, control of which referees do the playoff games, and they certainly don't want these refs to continue to get even more money kicked into their pension fund, which is preposterous that they even have a pension. They're 1 day a week employees.
Why do they have a pension?
They have a pension. This is Paul's going lefty on us in there. Do you think these guys should even have a pension?
I don't.
No, Paul. No, they shouldn't. So therefore, why should we cave and put in more money to their pension? Well, wait, the league, so why? So get it done. So you want them just to cave to the union? You want to cave to the union? See, Paul's Karl Marx in over there, So how do you want them to get it done? Cave? Whatever they have to do. I disagree with Paul on that. I don't want them to cave. And Paul does. John, do you want them to cave or not?
No, I don't want them to cave.
We're 2 against 1. I do. Well, you say cave, but that's how you say get it done. That means give the union what they want. Well, I've been following at least some of it. I know that the pension, the work conditions, the job evaluations, they want to make it very easy to fire referees during the middle of a season if they're no good. They want to be able to de-emphasize the poorer refs. They want all playoff games to be done on merit. They want to be able to interchange the crews. In other words, the crews don't stick together, that they move them around whenever they feel like it. The union's against all of those things. The pension contribution and the pay, obviously, are big parts. But that all that stuff is out there. I think in the end what they want to do is take away the power of the union to negotiate on just about everything except the pay, kind of the way Scott Walker did it in Wisconsin, that they want to have control of these guys. And, I'm more than willing to put up with a few badly officiated games in order to weaken the power of a union because, as you know, I don't much like unions. And Paul's more interested in having his games officiated correctly than the larger thing of, siding with, and the union is hoping that people think like Paul, and the league is hoping that they can ride this out and that these guys don't screw up so many games. I think that you do, however, miss You are creating a reality that doesn't exist and thinking that the regular NFL referees are all that good, because I watch blown calls every single week for the last 25 years. True, it may be worse now, but it's not like we had the gold standard before. Ed Hockley. Just the idea of Ed Hockley on strike. I mean, come on. You know, these guys are like bankers and all this stuff. They make a fortune.
Well, yeah, they have I mean, you couldn't be just a referee, so.
Well, I know. Well, actually, you could.
Well, I suppose now you
some
could.
Of them,
yeah.
I mean, some of them, I think they're making $75,000 to $90,000 a year for 1 day a week. 20 weeks out of the year.
And it's not like they're like the players, where the players spend all week, doing nothing but football.
Yeah.
I don't think they do that.
Paul says cave the rest. I bet half the audience is probably split on this. Half the audience would like to see the league cave and see the regular refs coming back. And
as long as they blow the calls equally, I don't care. They seem to, like, the San Francisco game was pretty blaring. It was on both sides.
I actually think the Packer-Bear game, they blew more in our favor. That's another reason. Well, yeah, don't you think the Bears got the bad part of the deal in the Bear-Packer game? Do you think I'm bothered by that in the least, by the way? The Bears don't. Oh, you see how the whining that the Bears are doing about the replacement refs of the Thursday game? I like the fact they're whining. Anything that makes Bear fans whine, I'm in favor of.
They should be whining about their quarterback is what they should be whining
about. Well, he does enough whining about himself that they don't. Oh, I know all of that stuff. I'm enjoying all of that. Who do the Bears play this weekend? Some patsy. I don't remember who it is. I haven't looked at any of the games yet. Do you recall?
I don't know.
The Bears have some really soft team. Who cares? Do the traffic, John.
Oh, wait. Maybe they play Detroit, but that
No. That's